Alright, what's up, guys? Anybody who's here live or afterwards, we'll give it a minute to get going. Much to discuss on tonight's live stream. It's all good things, though, don't get the wrong idea. So, it's all ultimately for the best, you'll see. So, hey, Dustin. Hey, Paula. I wouldn't say I'm stuck at home, but I am home. And hello, Irving. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the likes. Hope everybody's having an awesome Sunday. Wow, a bunch of people just poured in. What's up, everyone? Hey, Kev's here. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I suppose so, Dustin. I see them around. People do go to church here. Okay, I just got a message back from a guy on Facebook who I tore into, chewed up and spit out, and, gave him a titty twister through Facebook messages, basically, and it turns out I was doing it to the wrong guy. And then I wrote an apology. It's like, I'm an idiot. Please let me explain. His message popped up in the place of the other idiot that I was arguing with. So I was in the middle of tearing into this other dummy when this guy popped up, and I didn't realize that the name had changed. And, yeah, didn't realize that the name had changed. And so I'm just, I mercilessly took it to this guy, and he was trying to defend himself and saying things that didn't make any sense at all. It's like, what the hell's the matter with this guy? And it turns out I'm the idiot that there's something wrong with, because I didn't even notice I was doing this to somebody else. So that's the kind of day I'm having. And what's up, Mike? Good to see you, buddy. So, I went and I went and did something stupid today, but it just looked like the guy, I saw the notification popped up, and it looked like he said something along the lines of no hard feelings. So I guess we're good now. And I was saying this to the husband of the woman who came to pick up the charger for the Unagi scooter. She's a super nice woman. I really enjoyed talking to her. I'm sure her husband's a nice guy too. And I was just a complete dick to him, thinking that I was doing it to somebody else. And that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. But, yeah, good to see everybody that's here. Mike, Kevin, Dustin, Irving, Paula. Am I missing anybody? Sorry, but yeah, it's been an unusual weekend, to say the least. This whole week has been like an episode of The Twilight Zone that just won't end. But what are you going to do? But it's all driven me to one conclusion. Hey, John. What's going on, buddy? Jay Beckman. And Big Boys PEV. Hello, hello. But yeah, all the, events recently and, not so recently, maybe leading up to this, making me feel the way I do right now, is going to get to this point eventually. And I guess now it's time I got to do something about it. So, yeah, we'll get more into that as the stream goes on. But I seriously just can't take it anymore. The ridiculousness of society as it exists now has just worn on me to the point where I really can't stand it anymore, and I have to do something drastic. and I didn't want it to necessarily have to come to this, but it was going to, I guess. So what's up, Liberty Tree? Good to see you. So I think you've been hearing about me wanting to. If you've been with the channel for a while, you remember I said a long time ago, probably about a year and a half ago, that it was my goal this summer. I wanted to take a trip to Alaska on a motorcycle, a Kawasaki KLR 650, and I expected to be in a position to do so, but it didn't work out. So then I figured, okay, I'll take a shorter trip on an e-bike, and an e-bike company reached out to me, and all was well, and then it got really cold really fast, and I didn't have all the things that I needed in time to take a 327 mile ride on an e-bike. But you've since heard me mention that I would like to pedal on that 327 mile ride now to Santa Monica from downtown. But I don't want to stop there. I just want to keep going. I just want to go ride a bike until I don't feel like riding a bike anymore. And I don't know how long that's going to be. It could be a couple of weeks. It could be 6 months. But, that's what I want to do. I was fully expecting to be able to take a 327 mile ride as early as March, maybe, on a pedal bike. But I want to keep going. Life as it exists now is making me nuts, and I gotta go pedal until I don't feel that way anymore. So somehow or another, I feel like that's what I've got to do. And I know it's pretty drastic, but I don't know how else to handle it, really. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, it does feel good. And I pedaled, when I was live yesterday on that ride, I pedaled about 12 miles or so. And then I went back out again last night and went probably another 5 or 6. And I feel really good. I really like the way I feel after I pedal for a while. I do love riding the e-bikes and the scooters, don't get me wrong, and we're still going to spend a lot of time doing that. But right now, at this point in my life, I can't. Yeah, the Forest Gump of bikes. That's the reference I was going to make if somebody else didn't. I just felt like running, except this time it'd be riding a bike. But yeah, I really enjoy pedaling, and I think that this is the only way that I can afford to go and take the kind of trip that I wanted to. I wanted to do this on a motorcycle, and then I thought about doing it on an e-bike, and now it's like, for the cost of taking a 327 mile ride on an e-bike with all the extra equipment I'm going to need and stuff, I could be out for like 2 months on a regular bike. So maybe that's the thing to do instead. And I feel like, and maybe this is just optimism here, and a lot of you guys know my health situation. No, Robbie, I'm not going to, and I didn't mean to give anyone that impression. I am going to do something drastic, but I don't intend to hurt myself or anyone else. Somebody's sending me Facebook messages about my DJ controller that we sometimes use here on this channel. I'll get them back in a little while. But yeah, no, I mean, I was a BMX guy from the age of 5, and in my entire life, I've been a motorcycle guy most of my adult life, but in my entire life, there's been nothing more freeing than going out and pedaling. That the way it felt when I was a kid is the way it feels now. And I'm not the picture of health, and I'm not getting any younger, but I can pedal, And if I don't have to be anywhere by a certain time, hey, baby love, good to see you. If I can just go and end up wherever I end up without a care in the world, and this might be wishful thinking, but I gave myself cancer. I was beginning to hate life so much that my body started to kill itself. And I think that the only way that I can do that, undo that, if there is a way, is to just not care about anything. Just throw caution to the wind and get out and go and ride and do whatever until I feel better and want to come back. And if anything's going to help me in the situation I'm in with my health, it's going to be something like that. So, I don't know. Call me an optimist. But yeah, no, I have colon cancer. It's not a huge deal right now. It's not advancing at the moment. But it's there. And hey, KC girl, I saw you there. Sorry. Oh, the laser projector. I'm sorry, Swamp Gas Jenkins. I didn't post the link. I almost always do. And I'm sorry. It's just like a multi-light thing we got on Amazon. I almost always post the link for it. It's like 28 bucks. It's running off of battery power right now. It's got a little remote. You can program it to do different things. So, my bad. I forgot to put that in the description. Yeah, glad everybody could pop in and hang out for a while, or at all, if you just can come in and say hello, even. It's always great to see you guys for any length of time. So, yeah, I've been thinking long and hard, especially in the last couple of days. Ruby, think happy thoughts about, like, if my channel grows a little bit more and I can put just a little bit of money together, I could really set out on a bike, do my Santa Monica trip like I had promised to, and then just keep going beyond that. So, I just need to get it out of my system. Just life as it is lately is just kind of weighing a little heavily. And I just need to get out and do some things until I feel better. So, and yeah, sorry, Swampcast, that I don't have it linked right now. But yeah, look for a light that shows similar patterns on Amazon for about 28 bucks. This is probably it. Or it's probably this. But we've had tons of use out of this thing, and it's wonderful. I highly recommend these little lights to everybody. It's very soothing. Yeah, I've hung out with Baby Love on more than one occasion. Dustin, we have met. We know each other. We are neighbors. I've hung out with Baby Love and Irving at the same time before we watched paranormal things happen at the El Cortez. But good to see everybody. Thanks for being here. KC girl, if you're still around, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. I know you've popped into a couple of bike ride streams and such lately, but always good to see you. I've taken a bike ride, or KC girl has come and taken a Wednesday night bike ride with us live. No, Liberty Tree, it's all good. My mother had cancer twice as well. I know it's not an easy situation to deal with. Um, but, I'm fine, all things considered. And there are a lot of things I intend to do before I go anywhere. Yeah, Irving and Baby Love had the best view of it, but it's yeah, the El Cortez is very much haunted. Oh wow, cool. I hope I get to see you next time you're here, KC girl. Well, no, I agree that food causes an awful lot of health problems, like processed foods and stuff. Most of what people eat keeps doctors real busy and pharmaceutical companies making jillions of dollars. But uh, I'm sure that's only some of the reason for mine, if any. Nice of you to say, Robbie. And it's always wonderful to have you here with us in the group. And hey, Rick and Bonnie. Yeah, well, you wish you gotta be quiet about that, Rick and Bonnie. Like some of you already know that this YouTube channel is just, to brainwash you to be in a cult. So when the mothership comes to take us to our new home planet, everybody's going to be ready. But shh, you got to be quiet about that. But anyway, yeah, so this isn't a cult at all. I'm just a regular guy with a YouTube channel, and we're sitting here and staring at laser patterns. It's not subliminally reprogramming your mind at all. Sorry to hear that, Ruby. I bet you there's going to be some activity now at the El Cortez because they're doing all kinds of construction and changing a bunch of things around, and that's probably agitating the spirits. So I bet you there's going to be a whole bunch of upcoming reported paranormal activity at the El Cortez. And I'd love to try and catch some of that. I still want to do an overnighter in the Apache at some point, and live stream and see if anything, see if we can get anything to happen during a live stream. Yeah, for sure, Irving. But every time, like, it's agitating me to go by the El Cortez and see what they're doing to it, and they're making like some new lounge thing, and I don't know. There used to be a different restaurant there and a mural and stuff, and it was super cool, and everybody loved it, and now it's going to be different, and I don't know. No, I agree. Liberty Tree. It's a terrible thing. And hopefully one day, all forms will be curable, or it just won't exist at all. But, until then, it does suck. Yeah, but baby love, I'm sure you're seeing this all the time too. They're getting rid of all the things about downtown that, people liked. It seems like not always, I guess, but I mean, the El Cortez is never going to be like a nice place. It's not bad, but it's not fancy. Nothing there should be expensive. But it looks like they're trying to class it up a little bit, which means they're going to want to charge more for everything. And I am very much against that myself. And hold on, I'm falling way behind here. Lurking in Texas. Good to see you though, and thanks for being here. Shout out to lurkers. You're still a part of the team. It's hit or miss with the eating right now. It's up and down. Oh, wow. Goodness me. Daryl Lynn. Well, I hope everything's going okay now. Or you're on, the path to recovery, remission. That's the thing about life, though. And I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it, many more times. But, you don't have to wait until someone tells you you're dying before you start living. You probably shouldn't wait until then, Life is happening all around us all the time. And we have to take advantage. We have to get out there and seize the opportunities while we can. Because tomorrow is never a guarantee for any of us. Most of us will probably live on for some time. But, who knows? People encounter random accidents all the time, and then they're just gone in the blink of an eye, and there's nothing we'll ever be able to do about that. And you just never know. And I'm not trying to make anybody worry. It's like, oh, I got to go out and start doing stuff now. No, just take advantage of the time you have and the opportunities that come along, because you might not have it to do over again. You also very well might, but do you want to take the chance? Yeah, good call, Kev. I'm sure that's stirring up some activity as well. Yeah, there was one down by where Circa is now, and they used to have like strippers hanging out on Fremont Street trying to lure people in. I remember that. And there was another one somewhere kind of close by too. Baby love. That's that's that wasn't that long ago, I guess. Like not long before they tore down the Las Vegas club and made the Circa. Well, we're all dying, Robbie. Just some faster than others. But it's going to happen to all of us one day. So what I was trying to say though is, enjoy the time that you have while you can. Don't put off things that you really wanted to do. Seize the opportunity. Go and take that trip that you wanted to go on. Go ride a bike for 6 months straight if you want to, which is what I'm going to try to do. Maybe not for 6 months. It could be anywhere between like 2 weeks and 6 months. Whenever I don't feel like doing it anymore, I'll come back and everything will be fine. But yeah, Exactly, baby love. And good, Rick and Bonnie. Every day above ground can be a good day if you choose for it to be. Good call, the milkman's kid. I agree. Yeah, well, hopefully you'll be so fortunate as to the milkman's kid. But that's another big part of life. Find something you love and do it as much as you can. If for you it's wheelies, then just keep going. Do all the wheelies you can in this life and beyond if it's possible. Yeah, life can be cruel and brutal and unfair and make no sense at all. But still, every day that we wake up, we pretty much get to choose what kind of day we're going to have to some extent. No, that's awesome. Yeah, traveling, going and seeing things that you want to see, experiencing places that you've never been to. We should all spend more time doing things like that, regardless of how much time we have left. Yes, it must. The milkman's kid. But whatever it is that makes you happy, just just try to do it and try to encourage other people to do that thing that makes them happy. The Wednesday bike ride is a good bucket list item. It's quite an experience. I know I've said that before. I know other people, some of you in this chat right now that have come and done the bike ride would have some pretty wonderful things to say about it. I agree, the milkman's kid. If you're smiling and doing what you love and somebody else sees you that way, it's going to get them smiling. It's chilly in Vegas. It's definitely chilly. It got up to like 64 today, which was felt pretty good actually. But um, this morning when I went out for the first time, it was like 37. Yeah, 64. I think that was about the high temperature today, or what it was calling for anyway. Ugh. Well, yeah, I know north of here, and points east of here are starting to have some serious winter. Um, we went from the hottest summer we've ever had to like well below average temperatures this time of year. And that's kind of a ripoff. I think I speak for most of us here when I say it would be way better if the summertime had lower than normal temperatures and the wintertime had warmer than normal temperatures, but it never goes that way. So we went from the hottest summer we've ever had to like well below average temperatures. Well, only slightly, Rick and Bonnie. But it's good. It's for the greater good. You'll see when we're on the mother ship. Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess it's snow season. No getting around it for, most parts of this country and I guess other parts of the world, North America in general. Yeah, a lot of places get really cold, and it can get very cold here. But it's better when it doesn't. So Sean, hello. Laney Grace, hello. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you guys. So, yeah, it feels good just to have gotten it out if you were here earlier saying what I had to say. I'm really just through with it all, and I just need to go pedal until I don't feel that way anymore. So that's what's going to drive me, I think, at this point. And it's going to take a lot less to put something like this together than it would doing it on the e-bike. So maybe I am Rick and Bonnie, but nobody's supposed to know that. Nobody's supposed to know that I'm a shapeshifter from another planet. But yeah, don't worry, it's all good. Oh, 76 degrees in Hawaii. That sounds fantastic. Sean, um, I do love that kind of weather. Yeah, I think the air conditioner came on. Either that or the mothership is here to pick some of us up. So, yeah. So I've been all weekend. I've been trying to sell a bunch of things. Hundreds of dollars worth of stuff that I have listed on Marketplace right now, and I've still only sold one charger, a scooter charger, for $21.85. I didn't want to sell it for $30, which is what they offered me, but then the woman couldn't get the cash out. Her card got frozen for suspicious activity. She couldn't even get an Uber ride home, so I had to give her $2 for the bus, which meant I wound up with $21.85. And that's all anybody's bought. But somebody did pop in and say they want to buy it, or they were asking about the DJ controller. Not necessarily that they want to buy it. Don't worry, baby love, we're coming for you. We wouldn't leave you here. But yeah, this isn't a cult at all, guys. It's just a regular YouTube channel. So welcome to anyone who's new, maybe. Um, there's no mothership coming to take us away at all. We're just joking around. Oh, well, thank you, Rick and Bonnie. That's kind of what I was going for with some of the lights. I don't have any lights on my pedal bike right now because someone with wild feet who I let ride my bike uh, broke the section of lights in two parts. Like on both sides, he hit with his feet. But it's like now we know that if you have wild feet, you should be careful as to where you install your frame kit. I wasn't hitting the lights with my feet at all, but I have like a different gait than he does, I guess, and I don't know. So I can't be mad at him. And now we know that that happens if you have wild feet when you're pedaling. You can't have the plasma lights on that section of your frame, or they're going to get kicked and break, severed. So. Well, you too, Milkman's Kid. Good to see you. And next night ride would be Wednesday, I guess, Sean. The regular Wednesday ride, I'm gonna go out and pedal, and really looking forward to it. I mean, ever since I started pedaling, I took the e-bike last week. Had to cut it short because the headset is still frozen. You can't turn the handlebars on that bike. It's like really screwed up. Um, so for now, I really have no choice but to ride my regular pedal bike. But I have done a couple of Wednesday rides that way so far, and I really enjoy it. So looking forward very much, and hopefully everybody can come and join for the Wednesday ride. It's at 7 Pacific time now for the daylight savings, the time change. um, they're going at 7 instead of 8. So be sure you have your notifications on. That's the best way, so you don't miss a Wednesday night ride. I'm gonna try and stream them all. Like the Wednesday one is the one that everybody should get to be a part of, and it's pretty anonymous. I mean, everybody else that's there in the ride pretty much just blends in to the background. There's so many people out there. So, and I want to do everything that I possibly can to encourage as many people as possible to go out and do the Wednesday ride at least. Really, if you can roll on something for 8 miles, it could be a mobility scooter even. If you can just go out and roll for 8 miles, you should do the Wednesday ride. The varsity, the cassette was basically fused onto the hub, the rear hub, forever. I would have had to replace the whole rear wheel assembly, which is, to find one in good condition. And there are a couple other things. The frame had a dent in it and a couple of rust spots. And it was going to take too much work to get that one going. It cost more than the bike is worth ultimately to make that one good. So I have waiting for me at a pawn shop, actually, like kind of a layaway situation. I have a different vintage Schwinn, not quite as vintage, still a road bike. And soon, I have been saying that as soon as I can get rid of some crap, get some stuff out of the way, I'll go and get that, and that'll be the project, I guess. So shout out again to Big Boys PEV for providing a vintage Schwinn, and that is an upcoming project. This one's going to need a good bit of work, but it was originally a pretty good road bike. But nothing is like fused, and a lot of the parts are more modern, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, the stuff that came on the bike originally. But I'm going to keep my eyes open. I really like the varsity bike. I really like old Schwinn road bikes in general. And good night, Rick and Bonnie. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for one that's, maybe in a little better shape. The nice thing about this one, the only really thing that was perfect about this one was it was the right size. It was a bigger frame, so it fit somebody my size about perfectly. So But there's got to be tens of thousands of them in North America that still remain, that are still intact and need very little to be, rideable, if anything. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be thousands of them that are rideable and ready to go right now, because there are so many of them, and there are such good bikes that most of them still exist. So I'm gonna find a varsity in Campus Green with, the larger frame size and all original parts ready to ride. Or it could be a different color. I'm not married to the Campus Green idea. So let's see. I was actually looking at bikes for doing a bike tour that could go on as long as like a Forest Gump went running. And I wonder if I started just riding randomly and just kept going and stuff, if maybe like other people would join after a while. It's like, I'm just gonna follow this idiot on the bike with the YouTube channel and see where he goes. Like a Forrest Gump kind of thing. I think it'd be fun to get that going. We'll see if we can work that out, maybe. My family's all over the place, Robbie. Let me see what kind of action we're getting on this. Last year, whoa, 200 and 284 of you have popped in on the stream so far. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. Some of you might have seen it coming and just known I was eventually going to do something drastic and off the wall. And it's time, I guess. I just can't take it anymore. I can't put it off any longer. So, yeah, I want to just pack whatever I might need on a bike and just go and pedal until I don't feel like doing it anymore. Like when Forrest Gump says, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm going to go home now, or whatever. And to all the people who was following him when he was running. So yeah, until I feel that way, we're just going to keep going. We've had this discussion, Laney Grace. I use a VPN and just a regular, like, Windows security on my laptop with a VPN. No, that's good, Laney Grace. I know you've been wanting to do that for a while, and I encourage it. Well, I'm glad, and please do. It's good to, like, this is therapy for me right now, and I think it can have a similar effect on some of you that are in the chat here right now. We have a good conversation going here, and if you can get one going too on your own, Laney Grace, and I'm sure you can. I'm sure a lot of people in this chat would participate in that. I say go for it, and it'd be great for you, and you'll be really glad that you did. I will, Dustin. I have a couple of things that I can snack on, and I'll go, like, I can spend $10. Well, I can't spend any money at all, but I will spend like $10 at the grocery store tomorrow. Stay alive for another day. I need some people to come and buy my stuff. It's getting to be a kind of a dire situation. I'm way behind the eight ball right now, right behind the eight ball right now. And, it's high time for some of these things to work out. But, for now, life goes on. But hopefully, well, thank you, Lady Grace. No. Like, and don't worry about asking too much. I mean, be sure that you've got everything, ready to go so you feel comfortable and confident. And if you have to ask some questions or talk to other people and hear about it, and whatever. Well, I appreciate that, Lady Grace. And yeah, don't worry about it. But I'm still gonna be around. I might have to just detach from society for a while and go ride a bike until I don't feel like it anymore. But I still have a YouTube channel. I'm not trying to get away from you guys at all. You guys are never the problem. It's all these other ding dongs that I have to deal with on a daily basis, it seems like, that are just driving me up a wall and I can't take it anymore and something's got to give. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. For now, more to come. But everything lately just seems unnecessarily complicated and ridiculous. And I'm tired. I'm not going to do it anymore. So I'm going to go do something else instead. And we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. But I was looking at bikes. I'm going to need exactly the right size bike for that. If I'm pedaling hundreds, maybe thousands of miles and carrying gear, it's going to have to be exactly the right size bike. So, I don't know, what's this? Those are pretty cool. Gravel bikes, flat bar gravel bikes. So yeah, something like that. I might do a drop bar. I don't know. If I'm covering long distances, it might make more sense to have a drop bar gravel bike. Gotta have the gravel tires though, and they gotta be tubeless for the rolling resistance factor because I'm carrying extra gear. But this is still all of everything that I just mentioned right now still adds up to less than the cost of an average e-bike. So it's the kind of thing that really anybody could do. If anybody else just got as sick of life as I am right now and wanted to just go on a bike ride tour for as long as they felt like, I mean, it's really, like pretty much anybody could do that. It's very attainable. You don't really need much. It depends, Dustin, and most bike frames are measured in centimeters. Let's see. In this case, for this one, it says I'd need a 61 centimeter frame because I am 6'3", and someone between 6'1" and 6'3" should ride a 61 millimeter frame for this bike. So I don't know what that works out to in inches. No, I agree too, Dustin. I'd love to get the nice, like, what's it called? Uh, Group set. Hey, JPL rides. One of the newer Shimano road bike sets. With all internal gears, like electronic shifting and everything. That would be awesome. But thank you, JPL rides. Appreciate you, buddy. I'm gonna come see you in the springtime. The purpose of this live stream was to say that I'm at my wit's end with life as it exists now, and I absolutely can't stand it anymore. So I have to take a really long bike ride, which means I'm going to end up in your neck of the woods, and then I'm going to go beyond there. I was just going to stop at Santa Monica and come back, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I'm going to have to keep going. Well, that would be the smaller end of it because they have another one that says, the 63 centimeters from 6'3" to 6'5". So someone my height could either take the 63 or the 61. I'd probably go with the 61. No, I agree. JPL rides. I'm trying to do more of it, but I'm going to take, as soon as I'm able in the spring, I'm going to pedal now to Santa Monica, but I want to go beyond Santa Monica, maybe up the coast a ways, and then back down through northern Nevada to Vegas. Maybe, I don't know. So I just want to go and get away and not worry about anything except pedaling and, I end up wherever I end up. So, well, it's okay to ride alone. A lot of people that go bike touring, ride alone, and it's okay. Oh, wow, that's awesome. JPL rides. That's cool. Uh, well, I hope it doesn't give you too much trouble, but that sounds like an awesome mid-drive e-bike project, for sure. No, having support is ideal. Maybe by the time I get there, JPL rides, maybe we could do an overnighter or two in the in your neck of the woods. Because I'm gonna have everything packed on the bike anyway. I'm gonna stay in hotels and stuff too, but yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of overnighters out in a tent. I want to do at least an overnighter bike packing trip around. We're gonna have to work it out, JPL rides. I know we've been wanting to get together and do something for a while now, and the stars just haven't quite aligned. But by the time I get there, we really need to do something like that, I think. Um, but I don't know. Did I? Is there a Sunday ride that I missed? But yeah, my birthday is in 12 days. And I was thinking around that time, originally I wanted to be out for a couple of nights, like a bike packing adventure. Yeah, I'm thinking about going either of those places myself, actually, JPL rides, um, after I make it to Santa Monica. But I'll be going right past you on the way to Santa Monica. Um, but yeah, bike touring is really not very expensive, especially if you can camp some of the time. Santa Cruz, yes. Santa Cruz is beautiful and awesome, and I would love to make it that far. Yep. Lucky number 13, Kev. I've heard that. JPL rides. I've never experienced the Santa Cruz Trail. I've been through Santa Cruz before. I love it. I think it's beautiful. That whole part of the California coast is just like it's like another planet. It's so beautiful. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's for me. going places like that would be a lot more doable on a bicycle, bike packing, staying in a hotel once in a while, but also, camping a lot. So I just, I'm going to have to do it now. But like for around the time of my birthday, I'm going to take the $90 pawn shop bike. I'm trying to get my pedaling in between now and then, get a little more condition for it. I'm going to pack some gear on the bike around the time of my birthday and do an overnighter somewhere on the outskirts of Las Vegas. Just to get my feet wet, get excited about going and doing a much bigger trip. So I'll probably do some overnighters here and there closer to home between now and spring. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, JPL rides. And the only reason I didn't do it on an e-bike this fall, like I had originally planned, is because I would have had to, when I'm pulling extra gear and loading them down, even at lower speeds, I'm getting a lot less range out of them. So I have to be like solar charging a power station throughout the day and then, stopping and charging the bike up for a while. And like all these things cost a lot of money. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a company or two to maybe reach out and be like, hey, we like the idea of what you're trying to do here, so we'll send you a solar generator and a panel or something. And it never worked out that way. So in my case, unless I hit a casino jackpot or something, I'm gonna have to do it pedaling. But I would imagine, most people would prefer to do it on electric. And I originally thought of doing it that way. And I owe the credit to an e-bike company for wanting to take this pedal trip. It was Hachi e-bikes who got me even thinking about this kind of thing in the first place. So that's awesome that you had that kind of weather in LA today. We got up to like 64. And hey, Amy, good to see you. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here. And anyone who just tuned in, everything is ultimately okay. I'm just kind of at my wits' end with the way things are in general right now. But I have a solution, a way to make it better once and for all. And it's pretty extreme, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. It's going to require a very long bike ride. A very, very long bike ride, exceeding the 327 miles that I had originally planned to do. And I just don't see any way around it. I can't stand it anymore, and I have to go and pedal until I can stand it again. Probably I'm shooting for a gravel bike, JPL rides, like something that's a good, low rolling resistance road bike, but can still go down a dirt road or two, which there are going to be plenty of between here and Santa Monica. So, fingers crossed I can get something like this. These are flat bars. These are $784 right now, but that's a hydraulic disc brake, 29-inch wheel gravel bike that I can get in my exact frame size. And you can pack a lot of stuff on a bike like that with tubeless gravel tires and everything. And so that's what I'm hoping for, something along those lines. A sub $1,000 gravel bike that still has, very decent components. But when you think about it, that's less than any decent e-bike these days, even though they're all on sale right now. Still a halfway decent e-bike is going to cost you $1,000 or more. for, like a decent sized battery and features. You can get, one on Temu for 270 bucks, but it's not going to have a ton of range. It has tiny wheels on it. It's small and whatever. So I'd say for like the average e-bike cost now, I could get a really nice gravel bike. Haven't had any gravel bike companies reaching out and being like, "Hey, we'd love to send you one of our bikes to test and review on your channel." That would be great if that happened. That would solve one big problem right now, one thing to check off the list. As early as March, I will leave Vegas. Depending on, like, I'm just waiting for decent enough weather because it's still like the pass that I have to go through between here and Southern California is gonna be snowed over until probably at least mid-February, or there's a good possibility of it being snowed over between now and then. I agree. JPL rides, that's pretty much what it boils down to, and that's part of the reason I'm gonna take a couple of trips ahead of the big trip, do an overnighter or two closer to home on the $90 pawn shop bike. Is maybe I can spark the interest of a would-be sponsor who might like to see me go on a week's or months long bicycle tour. And there's really nothing standing in my way except for health, which I think would improve somewhat if I were out pedaling every day. Every day that I pedal now, I feel better. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. And if I can just throw caution to the wind and go out and live whatever kind of life I want to live on two wheels, go wherever I want, I think my health would improve dramatically, or maybe even totally. So, let me see here. Big Boys PV. Um. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Uh, I'll read the whole thing here like another time. That's very kind, Big Boys PV, and that would go a long way on a pedal bike. I hate to put you in a position like that. Uh, but when the time comes, if if I could get a little nudge or two from you, it doesn't have to be that much. That would be helpful though. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to be doing a couple of shorter trips, like I said, but that's a very kind and generous offer, Big Boys PV. And if you want to help out a little, when the time comes, I would certainly welcome and appreciate it, but don't feel obligated. I'm thinking really JPL rides. I'm thinking of doing uh, a GoFundMe closer to the date because I really feel like I can I can come back with at least less cancer if I can embark without a care in the world. Turn in the keys to this apartment, have my stuff in storage, have enough to go for at least a month, let's say. And wherever I go, doesn't matter, wherever I end up, there I am. If I can be in that kind of position and just go and ride and appreciate life enough again, I think I can get my health under control. But yeah, shout out to all the December birthdays. It's December now. It's our birthday month, guys. But again, I appreciate you very much, Big Boys PV, and JPL Rides for mentioning the GoFundMe idea. Um, if I haven't been able to put together some kind of sponsorship by when the time comes, and I've been able to maybe grow this channel enough to where more people might want to see me take a long bike ride, then maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do a GoFundMe, but we'll see. New Year's babies. That's an interesting question. Big Boys PV. That's something you always see on the news, like the first baby born of the new year. Always in like every city, like the new first baby born in Las Vegas in 2024 or whatever. Do I need a doctor, Ravi? Oh, JPL Rides. Wow, thank you, my friend, for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. You keep doing your thing too. Keep taking your rides and making videos. JPL Rides. But, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, happy birthday, Casey girl. Happy belated birthday. Oh, wow, Casey girl. Thank you. Thank you so much with the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. It's a happy birthday already, and I'm still 12 days away from my birthday. But happy belated birthday to you again, Casey girl, and thank you for the super chat. That's interesting, Irving. I suppose you're right. So I wonder how they sort that out, actually. Yeah, no, I mean I know there are an awful lot of really awesome group rides in LA. Just Southern California in general. I'd sure like to participate in some kind of, group ride over that way when I get there. Oh yeah, Eastgate Con. Maybe I'll wait for that and then go. Because that was fun last year. We saw the Eastgate guys around here and we went to the races and stuff. Remember that, guys? To those of you who tuned into the live streams, that was really fun. But I don't know, really, I mean, as soon as the weather gets good, I feel like I need to get out of here for a little while. There will be other Eastgate cons, and Vegas is home, so I'll be back. But thanks again for the super chats, JPL Rides and KC Girl. I saw I've seen a lot of group rollerblade rides too lately. Like a couple of them popped up in my feed, like my YouTube page, Baby Love. And I saw one, actually, it was a short, I guess. And there were a bunch of people on rollerblades, like charging downhill, about to go through a tunnel. And they kept, like, some of them kept falling down in front of others. And then they'd, like, trip over the ones that fell down and stuff. And it looked like a real disaster, but otherwise fun. Um, I'm in favor of just getting together as a group and going and rolling on something. It doesn't matter if it's rollerblades or, bicycles, skateboards, even just getting together and taking a walk. I don't know. Just get out and enjoy being part of a group and having some fun. I suppose you're right, Liberty Tree. I've looked at the Pixel phones last couple of times I've looked at phones, and I'd probably get one. They look like pretty good phones. And hey, chat, good to see you. And everybody. Thoughts on the Plaza Hotel? I like it. I rarely do more than like eat there and sometimes gamble, but I think it's a decent enough hotel. And it's, right at the end of Fremont Street at Main Street. I never stayed there as the downtown Grand. I might have stayed there when it was whatever it was before that. I also might not have if I'm confusing it with something else. But the downtown Grand, from everything I've seen, is pretty nice. It's a pretty good place to stay downtown compared to some. Hey, Renee. Good to see you. I'm feeling a little better with the bronchitis, but, you know, life in general is getting me down, but it's not something that can't be overcome. And if you just joined us, that's what we've been discussing. Renee, somewhat in the chat tonight is, or on the stream, is I just have ants in my pants, and it's just gonna be that way until I just go and not come back until it feels right to. And I want to do that on a bicycle. Okay, I hope work went as well as it could. Anyway, Renee, and glad to see you. I hope your day's going well. It depends how many people you're with. JPL rides. If you're going solo, I've been solo on the strip on scooters and e-bikes, like actually on the street. And like if you're going solo, the Uber and cab drivers just, they're not very considerate. But if it's in a group, um, it's not so bad. But depending on when you go, like if it's a really busy time, it's probably not a good idea to ride solo down the strip and back. But if it's like a Tuesday morning or something and not a lot going on, it's probably fine. So I gotta go take a super long bike ride for the sake of my sanity and health and well being. And I'm not going to be able to do that before March. And that's at the earliest. So we'll see how it all goes. But thanks, guys, for the super chats in here. Thank you, Big Boys PEV, for offering to help with a very generous donation to upcoming said ride. Most of you have probably heard by now that I was planning to do my Santa Monica ride in the spring because of weather and not having all the things that I needed to do it on an e-bike, and instead postponing it until the spring, but now also wanting to do it pedaling, but it's not going to be enough. I feel like I'm going to get to Santa Monica and be like, this isn't enough. Uh-oh. Kevin, let me see. Oh my goodness. Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Very, very kind to you. PayPal. So thank you, Kevin. I don't know why the notification, I didn't get the notification ding. I don't think. Or maybe I did. I don't know. But thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you so much. Um, so, if I can get some people to come and buy the things that I have for sale on Facebook Marketplace, even like half of them, in the next few days or so, then I'll be in really good shape for doing an overnighter, like bike packing trip around the time of my birthday. And thanks to you guys tonight with the, super chats and PayPals and stuff, that helps a lot too. Kevin and KC Girl and JPL Rides, thank you so much. Um, so I'm hoping, uh, I still need to figure out what I'm going to do about the sleeping bag situation. I might have to just get like an extra blanket or something because my sleeping bag is rated for 59 degrees and it's way colder than that now. So I got to see how that's going to work out. But mostly everything else exists. Like Big Boys PV got us an awesome pannier set, bag set for the bike. I have a rack for the pedal bike so I can mount that bag set to it, and a tent too. He got us a tent, and many of you checked a few items off of the wish list, like camping type items. So we've got basically all the camping gear. It's just going to be a couple more odds and ends, but I think it's totally doable in the next couple of weeks to do an overnighter. So get out there, get the feet wet a little bit, see what it's like. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope you guys will come for that. Yeah, beet juice is really good for that, isn't it? Yeah, it does kind of feel like it's bedtime, doesn't it, baby love? It's so weird having it be completely dark at 5 o'clock. Another month, another 3 weeks or so, like the winter solstice or whatever. It's gonna be completely dark at like 4:38, and that's just wrong. – And Big Boys PV is awesome, definitely. Justice, okay. Justice L, am I reading your name right? Yeah, well, I hope you'll join me. Be sure you have your notifications on. I might go live from wherever I do my first bike packing camping trip locally, like close to here anyway. Um, so yeah, probably go live at some point if I can get, signal from wherever I am, and I'm going to be filming the whole journey too, GoPro and such. So, yeah, I look forward to sharing that experience with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, I mean, sometimes Liberty Tree, it doesn't feel like it lasts much longer than that. I mean, we don't even get like this time of year on the shortest day of the year in Vegas, we get like 9 hours of daylight. I'll try to be doing some live streams once I take the big trip, JPL rides too, but I don't even know, like, I still have no idea where I'm going to go for my birthday bike packing trip. I had thought about doing like a 48-hour thing, but this is my first time out. I don't want to push it too hard, and I don't even know where I'm going. So I think we'll probably just do an overnighter and just see how it goes, and then probably do a few more of those. Could be 2 or 3 nights at a time between now and the big ride. So we'll see how it goes. It's possible, Dustin. I think that Vic might go. He mentioned an interest in it. Rod is interested. Um, so we'll see. I'm all for, I'll go solo if nobody else wants to go. If I can't put it together, I mean, I'm going whether anyone else wants to go or not. But if anybody else wants to go, I'm not going to tell them no. I mean, if they want to come and hang out, I think it'd be fun. I'd be happy to have the company. And um, I don't know. If John Beckman wants to go, sure. He's more than welcome to come on the bike packing adventure. That's what I'm shooting for, baby love. That's what I want for my birthday. I've been wanting to go and camp for the longest time now. We've had, crazy weather, and the circumstances just haven't lined up necessarily. But around the time of my birthday, if the weather's not like super bad, I'm going to try and make it work. But, thanks again, everybody, for, PayPals and super chats and things of that nature. I appreciate you guys. And if anybody happens to be watching this or any upcoming streams, and you make or sell or anything, bikes like this, gravel bikes that'll fit somebody who's 6'3". Um, I sort of need one, and I'll take it on a very long bike ride for you and make lots of videos and live streams. So, any bike companies out there that might see this, oh yeah, I bet. Liberty Tree. I'm sure it is. I wouldn't mind making it over there at some point. But yeah, if anybody makes or sells bikes like this and wants to send one to an idiot like me and get lots of exposure, do please reach out. Sinclaw702YT at gmail.com. I'm still going to give Hachi e-bikes the credit. Like I promised, they inspired the Santa Monica ride initially. And even though I've opted not to do it on an e-bike, I'm still going to give them credit. And in case they're watching any of my streams saying, hey, we sent this guy a couple e-bikes and he's not even going to use them for what he said he was going to. I'm still going to shout them out. I'm still going to give them sponsor credits because they did really kind of inspire the whole thing. And if they hadn't have sent me bikes, I wouldn't have, had that feeling within me and wanted to go and do this at all, really. So I owe much of it to them, and they're going to get the credit that I promised them. Hope you have a good evening as well, baby love, and take care of yourself. Hope to see you again soon. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that a little bit too. Irving and Kevin at the Cheesecake Factory that day. Who kept taking all the green beans off of Irving's plate? Hey, Joe. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, everybody who popped in and or hung out for any length of time. It's nice to get to spend some time with you, as always. And if you're just tuning in, we're just talking about some upcoming plans. I'm just really frustrated with everything in life, pretty much at the moment, and it's not something that I'm going to be able to get past, or that I'm not going to be able to get past. But I'm going to have to do something extreme and drastic, and I was hoping it wouldn't have to come to this, but there's just no way around it. So we're going to have to fix this with a very long bike ride. If you missed any of that earlier, and I'm just going to keep going until I don't feel like going anymore. I can see in the reflection of my phone that Everybody Loves Raymond is on now, which means they're done playing movies for the weekend on IFC, and I hate that. They were playing Point Break and The Devil's Advocate and stuff like that, and now it's like, I don't dislike Everybody Loves Raymond. I just was enjoying watching the movies instead, and now it's whatever. Good night and take care, baby love. That makes sense, Liberty Tree. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to pedal as hard as Irving did. I mean, people are still talking about that. But, okay, the guy that I accidentally went off on today on Facebook, I went off on the wrong guy when it was some other idiot that was wasting my time. He wants to give me $40 for the Unagi. He already bought the charger, and that's his wife came and got the charger. I guess I can take, it's not a working scooter anyway. They have one that does work, they could use this one for parts if they ever needed them. I've been sitting on it for a while, and nobody's followed through on coming to get it. So uh, maybe I'll let them have it for that. I would like to get 50 out of it, though. I told somebody else 50. Whatever. I got to put the rent money together by Thursday, and even if I did sell it to him for 40 bucks, I'm still a couple $100 off. No, I know, and they're not going to come like that. I think like they got the vehicle fixed. Like she had to come in an Uber because they were having problems with their truck, but that's all sorted out now. So, like it's I really want 50 bucks for it. I'll probably tell them 50. Even if I get 50 bucks for it, I'm still like almost I got to go spend 10 bucks on groceries tomorrow. So, I'll still be even with your kindness and generosity tonight, guys. I'm still a couple $100 away from rent for the week, but I do have other things up for sale, and I can't really do food delivery on an e-bike right now because it's broken. But I don't know, somehow or another. So yeah, but I'm not taking less than 40. I'll tell him 50. If he's hell bent on 40, I'll be like, okay, but seriously, not a penny less. So, and then if I can sell one or two more things, it's going to be no problem to pay rent. And then the following week, I've got a little bit coming, so I can take care of rent then. I'm going weekly right now. So the week of my birthday, I'm probably going to be all right. It's this week that I'm struggling with. But if I can sell some more of these things on Facebook, which I ought to be able to do. I mean, I'm giving this stuff away. It boggles my mind that any of it is still here. So somebody's going to come and get some of this stuff, and if they do, then the birthday bike packing camping trip is definitely on. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to try and get 50 for it, but he's really not getting it for less than 40. Yeah, I'm sure getting run over on a scooter. Off the top of my head, I don't even know. It's like it's not my original Facebook account. It's just one that I use for Marketplace. Joe. But yeah, just trying to get rid of a handful of things locally. And if somebody comes through and buys, just a couple more of these things on top of that Unagi scooter, I guess, if I can get a deal with this guy, then everything will be all right. But it's a little tense right now, and that's kind of like adding to the stress of my situation and making me want to go take a forever long bike ride even more. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait until March, which is probably, weather wise, that's probably realistically the earliest. But, I just like, I'd get up out of this bed and go tomorrow morning if I could. So, hopefully, yeah, I mean, I might meet the guy in the middle, 45 bucks. Bring me 45 bucks. You can have the scooter. I'll go get change at 7-Eleven. I'll get some coffee in the morning. Um, so that'd be one thing to check off the list. He's a good buyer for the Unagi scooter because they already have one that works. And they bought the charger to this one, and they can use this one for parts if they need to, and they will need to because Unagi scooters are pieces of shit. So I'll be glad to get that ugly, stupid thing out of my sight once and for all. And I'd be really mad at Unagi for sending me to collections and, not taking their scooter back. But I monetized that one video. It's like my fourth most popular video, and I'm gonna eventually off of that make all the ad money on YouTube that I would be down for this Unagi scooter. So in the end, it's gonna balance out. And I've had the opportunity to tell like 9,000 or so people at this point how much Unagi scooters suck. And they really do. I mean, they're just really poorly thought out and built. Low grade, trying to pass itself off as like a premium thing. I don't know. But they have one. I guess they like it. I'll let them have mine too if we can agree on it. So, but yeah, now would be the time for somebody to just come along, like somebody that has a bike company or something, and say, hey, I heard you talking about your stupid idea for a long, long bike ride, and we'd like to get involved. So anybody who's maybe watching this after it's live or something, in that situation, like there's still time. Reach out. What time is it now? Oh wow. It feels like bedtime and it's 5:30. Seriously, I know Baby Love said something about it, but like I could crawl into this bed right now and I'd be out in 8 or 9 minutes probably. Did I cancel the Santa Monica ride? No, I want to extend it, Joe. I want to not only go on the Santa Monica ride as soon as I'm able in the springtime, I want to go well beyond. I want to just stay out on a bike for as long as I feel like it. And then I think I'll be okay after that. I think my health would be better. I don't know if I'll be cancer free afterwards or anything. That's probably a little optimistic. But I think I'll feel a whole lot better about life in general, and I think my health will improve significantly. So, not only do I want to still do the Santa Monica ride, I want to keep going well beyond. So, anyone who tuned in recently, I think this is the weapon of choice basically right here. Probably a flat bar gravel bike, but maybe a drop bar, something that's good on road, low rolling resistance, tubeless tires, but also can go down the dirt roads that I'm going to need to go down, while carrying all the gear that I will have to survive off of a bicycle entirely if it came down to it, because there's going to be a lot of days between here and Santa Monica where there's nothing but wilderness, and I'm going to have to post up in a tent. So that's awesome. Santa Claus, Indiana. Oh no, thank you, Justice. It's okay. I've known about it for a while now, and it's at bay. It's not progressing, thankfully, at the moment, but it is there, and I don't know. It's at the moment I'm trying not to worry about it too much, but I think that if I can go follow through on my plans here in the spring, um, I think the whole situation's going to be a little better anyway. I don't know. I don't want to get too optimistic and be like, yeah, it's going to cure everything and everything's going to be perfect after that and life is going to be exactly what it should have been the whole time. And, I don't think that's, thank you, Justice. But, originally, a couple of years ago, Liberty Tree, and it has made little or no progress in that amount of time. So, if it'll stay the way it is, I could live a mostly normal life until, an average old age, or I could be gone in a couple of years, or, I mean, you just never know. But, some people have cancer for decades and don't even know. So, I haven't written myself off yet, and I still think that there's a pretty good chance that I can, possibly get past it or, at least continue to keep it at bay. But it's my opinion that riding a bicycle is never a bad thing for one's health or, well-being in general. It's all good. So I think that's going to help me a lot, and I'm looking forward to doing much more of that between now and the spring when I take off on that trip. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can go do that overnighter on the $90 pawn shop bike. And I'm sure that's going to be fun. And if anybody else wants to come along, there's a couple of people around here that mentioned an interest in it, but we'll see. I'll go solo if nobody wants to go. But I still don't know where I'm going to go, and just, I guess, whatever day I decide to, I'll just get on the bike with all the stuff and we'll just end up somewhere and see how it all goes. But I guess, let me see here. I really like that blue one. Actually, think that's, for what I'm thinking about doing, I'm sure that's the right kind of bike. And a lot of people have tuned into the stream. 429 of you so far. Looking at the stats over here. And 2,619 subscribers, which means 19 of you aren't following the rules. We said we were going to cap it at 2,600. I'm kidding. Welcome to the 19 beyond 2,600. And we gotta, especially if I'm doing this forever long bike ride, we need as many viewers and subscribers as we can possibly get. So if you're new, welcome. Be sure you have your notifications on. We're going to be live streaming a lot of bike rides between now and my big bike ride. Local group rides and stuff and other things we're going to be doing around here and some videos posted and stuff. So be sure you have your notifications turned on. So, yeah, I mean, we got to be We're at 2619 right now. Got to be probably at least at 3,000 subscribers by the time I embark on the big journey. So we'll see if we can do it in the next couple of months or so. But I'll be trying to get you guys some more localized adventures between now and then. As many, group bike rides as we can participate in, and a lot of other things too. Like I almost went out today, but I was hoping somebody was going to come by and get something, but they never got back to me. So I was gonna do a live stream on the bike again today, just pedaling around the neighborhood, but it didn't work out that way. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think we've ever had 42 inches of snow to deal with in Vegas before, but I can imagine what that's like. And that's one of the main reasons I couldn't live in a place like the Northeast, I guess, is just like I'm not a shovel in snow kind of guy. I do love, the Northeast and other places where it snows pretty regularly this time of year, but I love to visit, but I don't think I could live there this time of year. But it's getting to where I can't live in Vegas in the summertime anymore. It's just getting, average heat, fine, but it's just too hot here now. We have nothing close to average heat anymore. It's all like well beyond. So I don't know. I've been saying that for a couple of years though. It's like it's getting so hot here that I don't know if I want to do it anymore. But then I always just keep doing it. So I don't know if there's a perfect place to live anymore. I mean, Hawaii's nice, but oh wow. I was gonna put that game on too. I might still, if it's on at the end of the stream, the Sunday night game. Yeah, one thing I do like about Vegas though is we can go to snow in the wintertime. We can go see all the snow that we want and then, get back down in the valley away from it. Yeah, Liberty Tree. I can imagine 42 inches is just like an average snowstorm in Buffalo. Um, it snows feet in northern Nevada, like Lake Tahoe area. Um, there's one day last or a couple of days, a snowstorm last year where they got like 11 feet of snow, and we'll never get anything like that down in southern Nevada. If we do, then the world's for sure gonna end. But fortunately, nothing like that has occurred yet. But it can happen just north in this state that I live in, the place where it gets 120 degrees in the summertime. In the northern part of the state can also get 10 or 11 feet of snow at once. And I can't even imagine trying to deal with that. I mean, you're just not going anywhere for a while. You're just packed in. until it starts to melt. You better have everything you need inside your house because that's all you're going to get. Yeah, no, good call, Kev. I might, I don't have the TV remote by me right now, but I'll probably flip that on afterwards. I didn't watch any football today. I'm just like, I love to watch football, but I hate getting bombarded with commercials for all the things that I'm supposed to buy for my loved ones for Christmas and everything. And I feel kind of bad that I'm not going to be able to do that this year. Um, I'm giving hugs and high fives for Christmas this year. Sorry, it's all I can afford, but every time I turn on the TV for like football, college or NFL, this time of year after Thanksgiving, it's always, oh, you need to buy this or get a new Lexus with a big red bow on it and she'll love you for it and everything else. And it's like, no, I'm tired and poor and I don't want to buy anything and I can't anyway. I just want to watch football. Yeah, Oregon probably is pretty good. I wouldn't mind making it up that far if I'm so able on my forever long bike ride. I do enjoy the northwestern states. So thanks for all the likes, guys, and coming and hanging out, taking the time, doing what you do. I appreciate it very much. I've, finally just hit a boiling point today and couldn't take it anymore. And I've decided on what I'm going to have to do to make it all better. And I'm looking forward to that now. I'm not sure if there's anything that can completely fix the situation, but what I've got in mind is certainly going to be a big step in the right direction. So stay tuned to see how it all plays out, guys. And I look forward to taking you on the adventure of my lifetime. I've been waiting to do this in some capacity for most of my life, and I always thought I'd do it on a motorcycle. And then in more recent times, I thought, since they sent me the e-bikes and stuff, maybe we'll do it that way. You too, Joe, and thanks for hanging out. So, but really, the only way that I can for sure afford to do this or make it work is to go out and pedal until I don't feel like pedaling anymore. So, I think that's the plan. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. Thank you for the PayPal. I appreciate that so much, Kevin. And KC Girl and JPL Rides for the super chats. And Big Boys PEV for offering a very generous contribution to the bike ride. Which I'll let you come through with some of that, Big Boys PEV, if you don't want to, or if you don't mind. But I don't want to, stake you to all of that. But we'll see how it goes. And Amy, thank you. It's always good to have you here. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I can take you guys on a fun camping trip, bike packing trip for my birthday, and we can all go together and, hopefully live stream from wherever I am, and definitely get some GoPro footage though. So that's coming soon. Again, notifications on. And we got another Wednesday bike ride in the forecast, so I hope everybody's able to make it for that. I'm sure looking forward to doing that. We'll be pedaling this time. I'm not going to wrestle with my e-bike again until it's fixed. It's done for until it gets fixed. But I'm all set to go and pedal on Wednesday. So I hope you guys will come along and enjoy that. That's going to keep going. I'll hate to be away from the Wednesday bike rides if I'm out for weeks or months on a long solo ride, but we'll be back, of course. I mean, Vegas is home, and as soon as we get back, we're going to get right back into the bike rides. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys taking the time. Thanks again for the PayPal and Super Chats and all the likes, and just doing what you do. Moderators, chatters, lurkers. We're a team, and I couldn't do it without each and every one of you. And this time spent with you guys is the highlight of my day, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week ahead. I'm going to check in with you again real soon. And take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.